All right, man. So week 18.
That's right. We own it.
This is the final week of the regular season.
Season finale, baby.
Awesome. There's a few meaningful games, just a few.
Yep.
Some not so meaningful games, but
there's a few of those as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Nevertheless, there's games to be played. There's lines to be picked.
To be messed up. There's games to be lost on our end, and yeah. Let's start with one. How about that?
Yeah, we got 2 Saturday games this week. So.
Yeah,
you're a fan of Saturday games.
I love Saturday games because they always do the 4:30, 8:30. Beautiful.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
All right, let's start with the Chiefs at the Broncos. The line is -10 for the Chiefs.
They still got number 1 on the line, right? I mean, they have a chance to play for. I think if if the Titans win, I think Titans have it regardless. But there's a chance. So you say there's a chance.
Yeah, and I know it's a division game. That I don't like picking that many points in a division game, but I really think Chiefs are gonna try to end the season hitting on all cylinders. I think they're gonna come out gangbusters. I'm gonna lay the points. I'll give the points. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm agree with you. I just don't think the Broncos have an offense.
Yeah,
and the Chiefs have a little bit too much of that, and I know the Chiefs defense kind of let them down against the Bengals, but the Broncos aren't the Bengals, even though I think the Bengals earlier. Yeah. But no, I think the Chiefs cover here. I think they get what they want. I think they win.
Yep. I think 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, easily.
Over under 44 and a half. I'm going to go over. I just think the Chiefs are going to score like 35 to me. So the Broncos are 10.
I tend to agree with you. Yeah. I tend to agree with you.
All right. Well, let's go to the late Saturday game then. We got Cowboys at Eagles. Cowboys laying 7. Who you got?
I don't believe either team has anything to play for. I think they're both in. I don't think that either team has anything to play for. The Cowboys need to get some consistency going. They're coming off a loss against the Cardinals.
Yeah. And they're the 4 seed now, right?
Yeah. Look, does anyone really think seeding means that much now? Unless you can get the bye and the number 1 seed, I just don't know that means that. Eagles have a little bit of COVID issue going on right now. I don't see them taking it that seriously at all. I see them laying down and the Cowboys kicking the crap out of them until they start pulling their guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dallas will have a bounce back week because the Eagles aren't good.
Well, the Eagles aren't good. It's a division opponent, but I just don't think the Eagles have anything to play for here, and I don't think they do. I don't think that they play their starters, if at all. They don't play them that much. Again, the Cowboys, I think if I'm the Cowboys, I want to be out there for a while because we got some things to get right.
Yeah, we got to start working on some stuff, especially on offense. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the Cowboys win and cover because I just don't think the Eagles' hearts are in it, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'll lay the 7. And I'll take the Cowboys. 42 and a half is the over under.
I don't
know what the weather. I don't know what the weather is going to be like in Philly this weekend.
Yeah. So I think there's a chance of rain and low 40s or no high 30s. No chance of rain. I forgot it was Saturday. I'm looking at Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think weather's that much of a factor, but I just don't think it matters. I don't think anyone plays their starters long enough. It says 37,
42 and a half.
42, 37 was the temperature. Sorry. Um,
I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna go under as well. I think the Cowboys may score, 21, maybe even 28, but I don't see the Eagles scoring that much.
Yeah.
No one's gonna want to show anybody anything because they're both gonna be playing the following week when it actually means something.
Right.
So you're not gonna pull anything out that you would show an opponent. So
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we got the Bengals at the Browns. The Bengals are getting 6. What?
well, that's because
Because they're not going to play anybody?
they're not gonna play anybody. I think they're resting Burrow. They've got nothing to play for. They can't improve. They've already sewn up the division. They got nothing to improve upon. So yeah, I think they're going to rest just about everybody. Obviously, they is already announced Mayfield is shut down finally.
Yeah.
Start getting his surgery. Should have got 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Case Keenum will be starting. I don't know. It was said that the reason we didn't see Chubb much last week is of some hurt ribs and stuff. So, and I know that Kareem Hunt also had some injury issues. They're going to play somebody. I think whoever that is enough. I think the Browns are actually going to cover on this one. They're actually going to run the ball. They do that well. They're going to play for pride. The guys who are out there are going to play for pride, and I think they're going to cover here.
Yeah. I kind of agree. The Bengals don't care. They
don't care at all.
So,
and again, so much it can't be underestimated that so many of these teams that are going to the playoffs are not going to show anybody anything. They're not going to give you more film.
Nope. So, they just do not care. And yeah, I got the Browns over under 38. I'm going under because I think it's going to be a boring game. I think it's literally going to be like maybe a 15-3 type game or something like that.
Well, I think it's definitely got preseason quality written all over it.
Yeah. So because the Browns aren't going to light the world on fire either.
No, they're not.
They'll score a couple times, I think, and then maybe add a field goal. 17 points roughly. So you under or over?
I'm under.
Under as well. Okay.
Yeah.
We got the Packers at the Lions. Packers -4. Are they in any danger of losing that number 1, or do they have that sewn up?
That's sewn up. They have nothing to play for here. Goff is back for the Lions. If that means anything.
Do you rest Rodgers here because he's got that toe? But he's going for MVP though.
Well, you know where you go for all news Rodgers, right?
Yeah. You already know.
On his weekly visit to the McAfee show, he said he's a big believer in momentum. So I think he's implying that he's going to be playing. I don't know how much though.
Yeah. So you got them laying 4 on the Lions. They're obviously if everything was equal and they're playing everybody, this would be an easy line.
Big crushing. But I'm gonna take the points and I'm gonna take the Lions here.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Packers just because I think Rodgers is gonna stay in there just long enough just to sew up his MVP, and I don't think the Lions are gonna really do anything.
I think he's gonna play. I think he's gonna play a quarter, man. I don't see him playing anything beyond a quarter. I think you're kind of foolish to play him beyond that, but
I agree.
I think it's smart. I don't think, by the way, I don't think any of it has an effect on his MVP candidacy. I think he's got that sewn up along with the number 1 seed. I just don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see it affecting his candidacy.
Then they got the over/under at 44.5.
Yeah, I think under for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of these games are gonna be kind of boring just because stuff is sewn up. Like every year is like that, but
Right. So the league gave us this extra week, but they didn't give us any more compelling matchups than we've had any other year.
yeah, it's the same old shit.
Right. I think it's been cool. So they've done this for a few years where they have division games to wrap it all up. And, that's cool. So there's always that possibility these could mean something. But as has been the case in the NFC North for years and years, it hasn't.
Right. There's certain divisions that it really doesn't matter.
Just crown the Packers.
Speaking of the NFC North, we got the Bears at the Vikings in the Who Gives a Shit Bowl.
Hey, Kirk Cousins is back.
Kirk is back. Kirky is back. Just in time to not make the playoffs. So Chicago's getting 3.5 at Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota. Why not? They're getting Kirk back. Just end on a high note, I guess. So I'll go Minnesota.
The gossip mill says that Nagy's already been told that he's out of a job, but they haven't announced it. I don't know if that's true or not. I forget the source. Relatively reliable source, but I don't see the Bears even being competitive in this. Vikings, they're all playing for jobs. Kirk Cousins certainly is playing for a job.
Yeah. I think he's going to have to bring it. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Vaccine has something to prove.
Right.
He just cost them the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's the under? What'd you say?
Over/under is 44.5.
So once again, I go under, man. I mean,
yeah. There's not going to be not a lot of scoring. I just don't see it. But
not in these more meaningless games. I mean, because you got to feel like, are there backups capable of scoring?
Right. I mean, and I just feel like a lot of these games are going to go so quickly because they're going to run the ball, bleed the clock, try to get out there with no injuries, and just let's piss off. That's usually what happens at the end of seasons anyway. But
yeah, let's get to the beach. Let's get to the golf course.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. That's what it's going to be. So, I'm saying under as well. Oh, another banner football game. We got the Washington football team at the New York Football Giants. Washington is laying 6.5 on the Giants. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Who you got? I want to hear what you got.
It's the Washington football team. Rumor has it soon to be the Washington Admirals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's on the QT. It's on the QT. Announcement coming February 2nd, 2022. Wow. But yeah, I say Washington football team, man. It's just the Giants are. What is horrible? Even strong enough a term?
No.
Yeah, no. They're horrible. They're horrible.
Yeah, I can't in good conscience pick the Giants. even though this is probably the game they'll come out gangbusters because of that awesome speech by Joe Judge.
I think that instilled a lot of pride, and obviously everyone wants to play there.
He's building a culture there. If you haven't noticed, it's a losing culture, but yeah. Washington over/under 38.5. Under.
I'm gonna go over, man, because that's too freaking low, man. Come on.
Do you know how bad these teams are?
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That's too low.
Yeah.
You give me anything north of 40, and I start to think about it. You give me south of that, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go over.
No, I understand. It makes perfect sense to actual teams. But these are not normal circumstances.
Or normal teams. Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the Colts at the Jaguars. What was the stat you were giving me the other day? Colts haven't won in Jacksonville
Since 2014.
Since 2014.
2014. And if you think back, Jacksonville sucked that entire time. Okay. They sucked that entire time. But as with a lot of division opponents, they win 1 out of 2, and they've won 1 out of 2 for 7 years. The home game.
Yeah.
So now they have been bad all that time, but they're like historically bad right now for them.
Yeah. So Colts are laying 15.5. Okay. That's how bad Jacksonville is.
That's obnoxious, man. 15.5 for a division opponent is obnoxious. For, two teams that are not in the same division or not the same conference, I get that kind of line. That's obnoxious for division opponents. I'm going to take the Jags. Give me the points.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Give me the points. I have a real fear that we'll lose this game.
That's a distinct possibility. For anyone who goes in arrogant thinking, oh, they're so bad, we just have to show up and they're going to bow to us and we're going to take our wild card spot. That's not a given. I mean, I think the Colts win. I really do. But I wouldn't be.
So.
I wouldn't be shocked.
No.
And frankly, if they lose, they don't deserve being in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I really hope so. I think they're a better team, but man, they just got our numbers, and that's way too many points. We always struggle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We always struggle with them. So I'm going Jacksonville.
Yeah, if Jonathan, by the way, does not have 200 yards in that game, then we're idiots.
Yeah, true that. He should have 200 carries. I don't even think Carson should throw the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
44 is the over/under.
Let's see. Colts, I'm going to say over, and I think the Colts score in the 30s, and I think the Jags are going to score 17
to 28, I would say, because our defense will give up points. They don't care. We lost you somehow.
This meeting is being recorded.
So the Colts versus Jags. Got a big line.
This game has meaning.
15.5. The Colts are given the Jacksonville Jaguars. They haven't won there since 2014.
2014, they have not won in
the Colts. That being the Colts.
Not since 2014. So, and during, as one might imagine, during this entire time, Jacksonville has been horrible. And the Colts haven't won there since 2014. Keeping in mind, they had Andrew Luck, Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, and now we're packing Carson Wentz as our quarterback going down there. So, to say this is a gimme and we're in,
no,
that's arrogant. It's arrogant. These are division opponents. 15.5 is too damn many points for any division opponent.
Yeah.
Especially to a team that hasn't won there since 2014.
Yeah, that's a real thing. I mean,
It's a thing. I think the Colts win this game. They're the far better team. I think they win this game, but I don't think they win by 16.
no,
There's no. So I'm at points.
they definitely don't cover. I'm scared. I am very nervous that they'll actually lose the game. So yeah, I'm definitely going Jags and the points. I'll take the points. I'd be over the moon if there's any way the Colts could cover that, but I just don't see that. We don't play them well there.
Well, look, winning we're in. That's awesome. But I'll tell you what, if the Colts don't win, there's still scenarios where they could be in. But if they don't win, they don't deserve.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
there's the far better team. They need to win this game. They don't need to cover 15.5 points, but they need to win this game.
Yeah, we just need to get off the schneid in Jacksonville. So
yeah,
let's get a win in Florida. Over-under is 44.
I think it's going to go over. I think the Colts are going to score in the 30s.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville 17-24, somewhere in that range. I see the total being in the 50s. I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be over. Our defense tends to give up cheap points. I think they'll still get a turnover because that's what we do.
They're that bend don't break. They expect to get a turnover, but they're going to give you a bunch of yards along the way, a bunch of scores along the way.
Yeah.
This is not a great defense. It's a good defense, but it's not a great defense by any shape or form. They've got some great players.
Yeah, I think it's a opportunistic defense, not a great defense.
Absolutely. I mean, Darius Leonard.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Which, by the way, I have not heard his name at all for Defensive Player of the Year, which surprises me because, man, the dude changes games. That's just all he does. But
yeah, I don't know if he changes games. He changes. If we had a better offense, he changes games.
Yeah, true. Because we'll go bring it out after his turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, he gives us the opportunity to change games.
Yeah.
Just oftentimes we don't take advantage of that.
Yeah. Name a better guy that punches the ball out. I mean,
there's no one since Peanut Tillman. Yeah, that's the thing that makes me so. That whole punch down the ball. That's one thing to do that, but when you watch it, especially you slow mo it, he's so accurate at the ball. I mean, he's not hitting the dude in the ribs or anything. He's actually getting ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's not even touching your hand. He's not even touching the hand. I don't know how he does it. Yeah. And this is a guy running full speed at him.
Yeah.
And he's sliding like this. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Steelers at the Ravens. Steelers are getting 5.5. Is Lamar playing this week? Are the Ravens in the playoffs?
Ravens are out. They are officially eliminated. The Steelers, however,
still have a chance.
A snowball's chance is what they got, but there is a chance. So they say there's a chance.
Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's some wild ass scenario where there is a chance for them. Look, their entire season, the fact that they have 8 wins.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It's beyond incredible.
It's very impressive. Let's just say that.
There's no way this team that I've seen countless times this year has 8 wins.
No.
They're horrible. Their defense at the point of contact, they're always going backwards. I don't care who's coming at them, a receiver or back or whatever. They're always going backwards. That's their first instinct, apparently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just drag you down with me. They're always going backwards. it seemed like Ben Roethlisberger retired last year because he hasn't shown up. I mean, he's been god awful.
Yep.
Mm.
He's been pathetic.
Yeah.
Having said all that, just because they have a chance, they're getting 5.5. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers because for some reason I just think they're going to pull it out of their ass, and I think they're going to win the game outright.
I'm sorry, what did you say it was at?
Steelers are getting 5.5. It's at Baltimore.
So even as division rivals go, this is one of the biggest rivalries in football. I mean, there's no more physical contest than there is between these two. I mean,
Yeah.
But the Ravens are awful lately.
Yeah.
The defense doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm with Steelers as well. I think maybe they got one more miracle up their butt.
Well, and TJ Watt's going for the sack single season record, isn't he?
Yeah, which is kind of pathetic. So at 16 games, I think he's at 21 and a half. Strahan has the record at what,
22
and a half, I think.
Well, but TJ's only played 15 games.
Hey, well, that's not Michael Strahan's fault now, is it?
Well, no, but they would both be playing 16 games.
It's going to be one of those asterisk things because he's going to get it.
No, I don't think so because Strahan played 16. TJ's about to play 16.
It's not the way records work, man. It's not the way records work. But
it's also OJ Simpson ran for 2,000 yards in a 14-game season, man. So,
come on. No, come on, damn dog. Although I tell you what, Baltimore, I don't care who's playing the quarterback, one of the toughest quarterbacks to sack, whether it be Huntley, whether it be Jackson, whatever. You talk about hard quarterback to sack. So I don't even know if he's going to get it no matter how many games he give him, at least against Baltimore.
Yeah. No, it'll be tougher, I think. Although he did have 3.5 sacks against them earlier this year. But
yeah. And he did have 4 against Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Well, who didn't sack Baker? I think I got half a sack on Baker that night. Jesus.
I was this close.
You got like a quarter sack, I think. Good God.
Yeah, so I think Steelers. What's the line?
So over under is 42.
I'm gonna go under, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I think it's gonna be a slugfest.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those 13-10 kind of games.
Yeah, it has that feeling, right?
Yeah, because trust me, I do not trust the Steelers to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got the Titans at the Texans. Titans are given 10.5.
Now this is the Titans are playing for
number one.
Bye. Yeah, number 1 bye. But again, division game. The Texans have already beaten the Titans this year. There's reports that Henry could be back at practice this week, although very unlikely to be activated this week, but back at practice. Having said all that, I think the Titans win, but they do not cover. That's just too many points to a team. They've already lost to once this year.
Yeah.
I think the Texans are kind of finding their footing in where they're going to be next year. Davis Mills is the real deal. He's going to get better. He's going to get better. And the Titans without Henry still aren't a juggernaut, even though they kicked the living crap out of the Dolphins last week.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. Dolphins, they ended their 7-game win streak, albeit that win streak was against a bunch of average competition, below average competition. But still, they beat a pretty good Dolphins defense, but I don't think the same thing occurs this week against the Texans. Texans
Um,
don't fear the Titans.
yeah, no, I agree with that, and all that makes sense. I'm going Titans though. I just think they're rolling a little bit too much right now, and they really want that number 1 seed to give one more week to Henry. Maybe they can get him back. And
would you agree that I think more than anyone else in the AFC, they need the bye?
Yeah.
Specifically because of Henry. Not only do you got to get Henry back, but you got to get him practicing.
Right.
You got game speed back.
Yeah. Because
right?
No matter what, it's going to be tough for Henry coming in. His first game back is a playoff game. That's going to be tough. Yeah, and playoff speed's completely different. The intensity is crazy.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. The playoffs are a whole different animal than anything that those teams who are not used to the playoffs. It's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
There's different refereeing.
Yeah.
The rules are a little bit looser.
They bend a little bit more. Yeah.
No one wants to see an unwatchable product on the NFL's greatest stage.
Yeah.
So the referees start to swallow those whistles. They tend to bury those flags a little bit more. It's a whole different animal. And Derrick Henry is going to need as much time as he can to get back acclimated to NFL speed. I know he's been rehabbing hard. He's been working his butt off, but it's still different when you get back to playing with the elite players.
Yeah.
So they need this bye.
Yeah, and I think they're going to try hard for it. That's why I think they're just going to come out and put it on them.
Yeah, I think they get the bye. That's a lot of points, man.
Yeah, no, I understand. 43.5 is the over-under. I'm going to say over just because I kind of have to say that because 10.5.
Yeah, so, you do have to say that.
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under because I think the Texans are going to play them tough. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a defensive struggle, as it was last time when the Texans beat them.
Yeah. Okay. We got the Saints at the Falcons. Saints are given 4.5. Man, I tell you what, one of the most disappointing teams ever are the Atlanta Falcons.
For years.
Yeah. I mean, like in like a decade stretch.
It's a Super Bowl with.
Yeah. You're up, what, 28-3?
And ever since then, it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
The Falcons hold a lead, and they're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter. It's been nuts, right?
Yeah.
It's been inexplicable.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't matter. And the Matty Ice thing, where did that go? He hasn't been Matty Ice ever that I've seen. So
no, but he's doing laundry now with Tide. So
yeah,
he's still keeping it cold. It's not ice, but he's keeping it cold.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
and some money. Yeah,
I'm gonna go Nolans. I know 4.5's a lot. I don't really trust this pick at all.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons just because the Saints have not figured out an offense to be consistent at all. They have a wonderful defense. They really do. Their defense is good, and they just had nothing on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Falcons.
Over under 40.5. I'm going under.
I'm gonna go over. You 40 is my line, right? I'm kind of
you're teetering. I don't think the Falcons score that many on the Saints, and I don't know how the Saints really score. So I don't even know why I'm picking them, but to be honest. All right, so we got the Jets at the Bills. Jets are getting 16.5. Here's the problem I have with this, because the Bucks had a big line against them, but it was at the Jets. And they screwed me. I feel like if I pick the Jets now, I'm going to get screwed the other way. I'm going Jets. 16.5. It's a division game. That's too many points.
Yeah, I think their quarterback's making progress. I don't know if he's the real deal, but I think he's getting better.
Yeah.
And their defense is the most baffling thing about the Jets. Sometimes they show up like, who are these guys? And then other times just completely disappear. That's too many points for a division game. You're going to have weather. I'm going with the Jets. I'm going Jets. Too many freaking points.
Yeah.
The Bills still need to secure the East. They haven't done that, but they're probably going to.
Yeah, I think the Bills win. I
think they win. I just don't think they cover with that spread.
Yeah. 41.5 is the over-under.
I think the Bills are going to score in the 30s. The Jets, I'll give them 17 points. I'm going over.
Yeah, I'll go over as well. Yeah, it's only 41. I know the Bills can score, so I'm gonna go over. We got the Patriots at the Dolphins. Patriots are giving 6.5.
Dolphins laid an egg last week against the Titans. You and I think, both picked the Dolphins in that game.
Yep.
Their offense just disappeared completely.
Yep.
Their defense gave up, I think, 34 points to a Titans team that's not that explosive.
Yeah, they're not that prolific. Having said all that, I'm doing the Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins. So just much like the Jags beat the Colts
the
year, the damn Dolphins do that to the Patriots,
all the time, especially in Miami.
Yeah. Patriots are always good. The Dolphins always suck. I wouldn't be shocked to see the Dolphins win this game outright, but given 6.5 points, I'll take them.
I'll take them too. Over under 39.5. I'm going to go over on that. That's too few points. Even though I think it will be a kind of just defensive struggle, but
I do. That's why I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under, and I know 40 is my threshold, but I see the
you just bucking all your rules that you set in place for yourself.
There are no rules. There are no. I see this one and I think Miami has a legitimate shot to win outright in addition to covering. But if they do that, they're gonna have to shut them down. Now you can shut out Mac Jones. That's pretty easy.
Right.
Can they shut down their running game? We'll see. But they have a shot to do it. And I think in order to do that, it's going to have to be a low-scoring affair because Tua is not going to put up big numbers against a Belichick defense. He's just not.
Right. No, I agree he's not going to, but.
So you think the Patriots are going to score all the points?
I think they're going to score enough to make Miami score a little bit. And I don't think Miami's going to win the game, but I think they'll cover.
Okay.
Anyway, we got the Panthers at the Bucks. Bucks are giving 7.5. I know there's a lot of crap going on in Tampa Bay right now, but
there's even more crap going on in Carolina.
Yeah. Carolina just sucks, and Tampa Bay's it's only just over a touchdown. I'm going Tampa Bay.
I think Carolina's down to their third string quarterback or fourth. I don't know. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. Arians loves to score. I just don't. I think Carolina's got nothing for them. Nothing for them.
No, I agree. 41.5 is the over-under. I'm going over, and I think Tampa Bay might score 41 by themselves. So
I agree. I think it's Tampa Bay is going to score a boatload of points for as long as they care about this game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because I don't know what kind of movement they can get, but not they can't get the number one, so it doesn't matter. But and maybe I'm overlooking that.
Right.
So maybe they pull Tom Brady, although Tom Brady don't like to get pulled, and he'll be thrown on the 1 yard line when they're up 52-7. So
Okay.
All right, so we got the Niners at the Rams. This is a good one. Niners are getting 4.5. Wow. I'm going to go Niners. I'm going to go the underdog on this.
I think the Rams, like the Cowboys, kind of they're one of the enigmas of the NFL.
Yeah.
They can be so good
Yeah.
and just awful. I think Trey Lance is starting for the Niners, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Rams. I gotta believe at some point they put it together offensively. Yeah, I mean, that means that Stafford doesn't throw 3 interceptions in the first half.
All right.
He pretty much had a almost perfect second half last week, but the first half he had to overcome that. I think they kind of put it together. I think so. So I think they win. And they cover.
Okay. 44.5 is the over/under. I'm going to go over. I think they both can score. So
yeah, they both can score points. Yeah, I'm going to go
over. All right, so we got the Seahawks at the Cardinals. Seahawks are getting 6.5. Do they even care about this game? Is Russell even going to play? I'm gonna go Cardinals. I think they'll win by a touchdown.
Yeah, it depends on which Cardinal team shows up. Is it the one that beat the Cowboys, or is the one that lost to everyone else? You got a lot of pride with the Seahawks team. They're a prideful organization, but I just don't think they have anything left. And I think mentally they're on a beach right now.
Yeah.
Especially given the Seattle weather. So, I'd be on a beach if.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of I'm trying to get out of Dodge right there.
Yeah, we were 72 and sunny today, so I'm fine.
Oh well, we're like 15 and 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So yeah, that sucked.
Sucks for you.
Yeah.
I am going to go with the Cardinals, man. I just don't think Seahawks have anything. There's no gas left in that tank.
Yeah. This is a huge over/under 47.5. I think it's the biggest one of the weekend.
Wow.
It's not, but 47.5.
I'm going to go under.
I'm going to go under.
I'm going under.
Yeah. That's a lot of points, man.
Especially when I don't believe the Seahawks are going to be scoring many of them. So
yeah. And then you got the two teams that should end in a tie, supposedly.
Yeah. It's going to be 0-0, right?
Yeah. The Chargers at the Raiders. Yeah. Chargers are giving 3. I'm going to go Chargers. I just think they're a better team. I know the Raiders beat my team, and I think they're better than people think, but I think the Chargers are going to win this one.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are better than Colts fans think they are, but not that good.
Yeah.
Chargers are a team, they just, they make a lot of mistakes because they're a fairly young team.
Yeah.
Especially Herbert. But I just think there's more upside to Herbert than there is to Carr. And I think they pull this one out.
Yeah.
I pull this one out.
Yeah. Over/under 49.5, by the way.
They'll embarrass me. 49.5?
49.5.
Yeah, I think it's a shootout. I see a shootout, don't you?
I could see that, but I started thinking about this because they're both playing for playoffs, and I think they're going to come out a little nervous. Don't you? A little bit?
Yeah, it happens, right? You come out so tight because this means everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, but I think ultimately you're going to get over those jitters, and you're going to play football, and then there's going to be an urgency, not only on the players but on the coaching staffs. Like, balls out, we're going. I mean, I could see fake punts.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked to see an onside kick when you least expect it. I mean, why would you put everything on the line right now? This is it. I think it's going to be an interesting game. It's a great game. I think it wraps up the week, right?
Yep.
I mean,
No, it's and it's slated perfectly. I'll go over because I agree. I just think it's going to start slow. Just
I agree with you. There's going to be a lot of nerves going on at first.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially the Chargers, they're so young. I really think, but that could create more points as well because some turnovers, and short fields and stuff like that. So, I'll go over.
So we agree they're not going to play for a 0-0 tie.
No.
I think the exact opposite is going to happen. Where again, I fake punts, onside kicks. You're going to have to do everything you can because you don't want to sleep with regret.
Right.
Come Sunday night, you have to leave it all on that field.
Right.
So it's going to be awesome. And it's a division game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, though? I think whoever does win and gets in, I think is doomed in the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah, I do too.
Be emotionally drained.
Yeah. Because that is.
And they're also going to show everything they have in their bag of tricks.
Yeah. Because they have to. You have to.
Right?
It's like in Major League Baseball when you have your game 7 before the World Series. To get to the World Series, you have your game 1 pitcher that has to come in and close the game. So he's not going to be available for game 1 in the next series. So it's going to be kind of like that. Yeah.
I think it has to be. Necessarily has to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So this wraps up the final week.
I'm excited because we're going to do more thorough breakdowns of each playoff game.
That'll be fun, but we actually get to care about and talk about. I mean, so look, we just talked about at least 6 to 8 games that no one gives a crap about.
Yes.
Not more fans. So now we get to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Everything means something. The game is different. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's my favorite time.
And I can't wait to do deep dives on games because that's what we truly like to do anyway. And these games obviously matter. And we know the teams a lot better because we don't get to know the scrubs as much because they're really never on TV. So,
and who waste time going back and reviewing that film?
Yeah. I'm not watching film on them. I don't get paid for that. So
life's too short, Jacksonville.
Not doing it. That's right. So I'm so excited, and I look forward to getting to the nitty gritty on those videos. So
so Pete, say goodbye to the people, the regular season people. We'll see how many are fans.
Yes, let's see how many follow us through the playoff games.
So, all right, dude. I think we're done here, man.
I think we're done here.